Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is XxShinobazuxX, I'm your gaming and anime ninja, and also your stream sensei. Welcome. Today I'm here to answer one simple question for you. One question, but 4 reasons. Why do VTubers grow faster than normal streamers? So, let's get into it. For those of you guys who don't know, VTubers have been some of the fastest growing creators. If you've been on Twitter, if you've been on YouTube, if you've been on Twitch, you've been seeing VTuber uprising everywhere. First and foremost, I want you guys to understand, VTubers technically aren't new. And what I mean by that is the technology to be a VTuber really isn't that new of a thing. You've been able to use FaceRig or other programs to kind of be a virtual YouTuber or a virtual streamer since at least about 2016, maybe even before that. Point being is VTubing itself isn't a new thing, although I will say it has become far more accessible now than it was in the earlier years, especially because of the heavy load that it used to require back in the day. PCs have kind of caught up to where they can do that and stream or create content at the same time. The biggest difference between VTubers now and the VTubers that everyone are saying that are growing super crazy is the specific type of VTubers that are growing. And I would personally refer to call these Idol Vtubers. And the reason why I use Idol Vtubers is a lot more of these particular VTubers aren't just people who are using virtual avatars to create content, but they're also focusing on a very specific type of archetype, and basically essentially idol anime. If you're not big on anime, I'll give you kind of a quick rundown. Essentially what idol anime is essentially, it's usually a high school anime or anime show that's based around a girl or a group of girls who are in an idol group or a pop idol group. Think like BTS or a big K-pop or J-pop group, where pretty much their entire school year is based around them doing their performances. Think of it, I guess you could say, as like a choir practice on crack for any of you, like, you know, US people. Long story short is, a lot of these current idol VTubers use a lot of things directly from the idol anime that are really powerful when trying to grow on Twitch. And we're gonna go into exactly what those things are. Most idol VTubers are characters by design. By being a VTuber, generally you are building up a character. You have if you've ever seen any of their debuts, they have likes, they have dislikes, they have lore and background, character archetypes. They've got cool, unique aesthetic designs that super stand out. All of them are usually mixed with like human, bear, animal, demon, spirit. They've got a lot going on that makes them a very unique and kind of easily recognizable character. Despite the fact that there's so many out there, it's really rare to find any 2 VTubers who look alike. And this by design makes them a very well-known character, as well as a lot of times when being able to portray yourself virtually, whether it's in a game or through a virtual reality avatar, a lot of times people are able to be a bit more of themselves because they're behind a mask or because they're behind an avatar. Ultimately, when you're trying to grow on Twitch, everybody wants to be a variety streamer. The only way to do that is by having that character is the overarching story. It's less about watching the game that the VTuber's playing and more about seeing that VTuber's character interact with the game. Very similar to, say, if you were to watch Goku from Dragon Ball Z try to play Minecraft for the very first time. The experience is more watching the character engage with it, not the game itself, which allows them to be able to do a lot more variety of things. All this comes back to they are their own character, and so that's what the people are latching onto. The next thing that most of these idol VTubers do is they treat every stream like it's a show. They always have something planned. It's gonna be their first time playing Minecraft or their first time playing Minecraft survival mode, whatever the case might be. Everything they're going to do is set up like a show. They have a plan. It may not be a hardcore plan, but they have a general idea of what they're going to do before they go live. Unfortunately, gone are the days on Twitch when you can just kind of hit the go live button, play your game, and people would come watch. There's far too many other people doing that for that by itself to be entertaining. I'm not saying you have to have a full script or 10-point plan or anything like that, but generally having a good idea of what you're going to do and how you're going to make that entertaining for the people who are watching is going to be extremely important. One of the first things you'll see is they seem to always have a schedule, a game they're going to play, a thumbnail for that game in advance, a postcard letting you know that they're going to play the game for the first time or who they're playing it with or whatever. They just have a plan of what they're going to play before they go live. Doing that makes it feel more like an event, makes it feel more like a show, makes it feel like something that you should want to go to, as opposed to just, hey guys, I'm gonna play Halo for the 150th time. Ultimately, if you're really good at Halo or Fortnite or something like that, you can just consistently playing the same game over and over again. But generally, again, the biggest difference here is because every stream is an event, they go into it with a little bit more effort than the average streamer puts into it. You don't have to stand out a lot, but you just have to do just a little bit to stand out from the other million people there to have a huge difference in terms of growth, notoriety, and just kind of visibility. Third thing that most of these idol VTubers do, and I kind of touched on this a little bit earlier, was they treat everything like an event, and by doing that, they always have a very clear and posted schedule. If you've looked on any of these major VTubers' Twitters, they almost always all have a full event schedule, what they're gonna be doing, what day they're gonna be doing it, what time they're gonna be doing, and who they're gonna be doing it with. This does two things. One, it lets people know what you're doing in advance so that they can plan what they wanna be there for and what they don't wanna be there for. And two, it allows them to decide what they'd like to be a part of. At the end of the day, we'd all like viewers to come to our stream every single day. Honestly, that's one of the best ways to grow on Twitch, in my opinion, is making coming to your stream a habit. However, if people can't come to your stream every day, which to be fair, there are going to be people who can't, letting them know in advance the things that they're not going to want to miss is going to be incredibly important. By them choosing to be there because they knew about an event, they're far more likely to show up on time, stay late, and be more engaged during the activity because it's going to be something that they care about and that they want to be a part of. More importantly, it's going to be something they're more likely to tell their friends about, which to be honest, word of mouth is probably going to be one of the coolest and fastest ways to grow as any creator, any business, anything. Nothing's going to be stronger than word of mouth. And this is kind of a benefit that a lot of these VTubers have because again, every single week you're seeing them post, here's my schedule, here's what I'm doing, and so on and so forth. Allows people to plan their time around you. And two, it makes them more engaged with the things when they decide to show up. And lastly, this is probably the most important thing when it comes to streaming on Twitch or YouTube or whatever platform it is, especially on Twitch though, there's only one real form of new discoverability or growth on Twitch, and that's collaboration. The Idol Vtubers have perfected the collaboration. And it's not just because they collaborate often, but it's because they use a combination of the three things I went into before to make the collaborations as powerful as possible. People don't care at all about what they're doing. They care more about the fact that these two characters are coming together. Think of all your major crossovers, Avengers, Justice League. There's been so many crazy crossovers. No one really cares what the story is or what the setup is for why these people are crossing over. They really just want to see Goku and Luffy fight. They really just want to see those people come together. And that's what VTubers excel at. Because the VTubers are already such eccentric standout characters that are well defined, people are super excited to see their favorite VTuber collide with X other favorite VTuber just to see what happens, regardless of what the setup is for how they got there. When they do a collaboration, know about it in advance because again, make it an event, they post it in a postcard, you see it on their Twitter, you hear about it weeks beforehand, if not more, you hear about it the day of, and you hear about it probably for a couple of days afterwards. But the most important thing I think is they're always focused on the collaboration. Big mistake I see a lot of streamers make when they're collaborating with other people is they're trying to still engage their chat while engaging the person they're playing with, while engaging comments and playing the game. There's far too much going on for you to be doing all that. When you're doing a major collaboration, you want to focus simply on being the most engaged with the person you're playing with. That might mean being worse at the game, that might mean less chat interaction, that might mean even ignoring a couple of subs and donations and catching up to them later. Your goal is to create a piece of content that could have only have happened when the two of you come together, and that needs to be your priority. For the more astute of you who's been paying attention to all this, the things they're doing aren't exclusive to VTubers. If you look at some of the people, like obviously an easy one would be Dr. Disrespect or even Trainwrecks for that matter, a lot of the top streamers are characters. They're not one-to-one with who you see on stream. That doesn't necessarily mean that they're faking or pretending, but they understand that they need to be a more exaggerated or a more exposed version of themselves or eccentric version of themselves so that it's easier for you to connect to them. They're much louder, they're far more impactful. All of the top streamers, whether you're a VTuber or not, are 100% characters in their own right. Learning how to do this yourself as a streamer or a VTuber 100% help up your streaming game. The next big thing is every other big streamer always has a show. I've seen whether it's Trainwrecks or Mizkif or Ludwig, they always have something planned. It might be PO Box opening, Reddit recap. A lot of times if you look at Mizkif, he's even got really big shows going like Schooled, or I think he's got a new one called Parasocial. Whatever the case might be, they've always got something planned, some event going on, and you always know about it in advance. One of the biggest things with offline TV or One True King, as they put it, is the fact that they've got a bunch of game shows and events. They happen every week at the same time, and you know about it a week in advance, 2 weeks in advance, a month in advance. They always have their schedules posted. Even though their streams are changing all the time, you always know what they're going to do before they do it. And the last thing here is all these top streamers back to collaborations. I don't know if you paid attention to 100 Thieves recently, but they did a big collaboration of Lil Nas X where they literally dropped a whole merch line alongside the collaboration itself. Realistically, all the things that these VTubers are doing to grow really fast, anybody can do. You don't have to be a VTuber to do them, but the reason why VTubers are growing faster is because this is just kind of something that falls naturally in the Idol Vtubers kit. All of them are copying what they saw HoloLive do when they first came came out. HoloLive was copying their version of what they saw idols do in these idol anime, and ultimately those just naturally transition to things that people can do to help make themselves stand out and be better streamers and better content creators. And that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you don't know, I stream every day, Monday through Friday from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. on twitch.tv, link down below, and there should be something popping up right now with it on it. So please go and check that out. And if you enjoy talks like this, you want to have more conversations or deep dives about things like this, VTubing, anime, gaming, streaming, anything else between, I do have a Patreon in the link below. You can click that. I would love to have you support me and join my community. But other than that, that's all I got for you. Thank you guys so much for watching. Till next time, my name is XxShinobazuxX, gaming and I'm a ninja, and I'll catch you guys later. Deuces.